Hello everyone, I am Dr. Silky Pandey, Senior Consultant Physician and Diabetologist at Dwarka, New Delhi. Today let us see the understanding between heart diseases and women. So we will discuss about heart disease in women, its causes, preventive measures needed to avoid heart attacks. So the term heart disease refers to several types of heart conditions like coronary artery disease, heart attacks. Despite increasing in the awareness over the past decades, only about half of the women recognize that heart disease is the number one killer. So women experience with heart disease is different from men in several important ways. So women are underaware and under-researched, and women's unique physiology, it poses distinct challenges in the prevention and the management of heart disease. So heart disease that affect women more than men are majorly of two types. These are coronary microvascular disease, it affects the heart's tiny arteries, and the broken heart syndrome, that is an extreme emotional stress leading to severe but often short-term heart muscle failure. So the older the woman gets, the more likely she is to get the heart disease. But women of all ages can be affected. So coming to the heart attack symptoms for women, it's never too early to see a doctor to discuss your risk for heart disease. In fact, the new primary prevention guidelines say that earlier the risk factor for heart disease are prevented, the less likely you are to develop heart disease in life. So the most common heart attack symptoms in women are the same as men. Same type of chest pain, pressure or discomfort that lasts for a few minutes or it comes and goes. But the chest pain is not always severe or even most noticeable symptom. Particularly in women, they often describe it as a pressure or tightness in the chest, and it's possible to have an heart attack without the chest pain. So women are more likely to have a heart attack symptoms which are unrelated to chest pain, such as they can have neck, jaw, shoulder or upper abdominal discomfort, shortness of breath, pain in one or both arms, nausea or vomiting, fatigue, indigestion, sweating, lightheadedness or dizziness. So let's discuss the risk factors for the cardiovascular disease that are unique to women. It could be a gestational hypertension, preeclampsia, gestational diabetes, polycystic ovarian disease and certain autoimmune disorders. So coming first to gestational hypertension. So increased high blood pressure during pregnancy, it increases the risk of having cardiovascular disease and the high blood pressure later in life. Serious blood pressure related complications related to pregnancy are also increased. Similarly, preeclampsia, which occurs during pregnancy and after childbirth, and if it is not diagnosed and treated, it can also lead to serious health problem. And if you see people who have preeclampsia during pregnancy, they have a high risk of developing hypertension in later life. And similarly, gestational diabetes, which first appears during pregnancy, it also increases the risk of developing diabetes and the cardiovascular disease after pregnancy. So these people should be tested for diabetes after 6 to 12 weeks of childbirth and even every 3 years. Certain autoimmune disorders like rheumatoid arthritis, they are also more common in women and they are associated with increased risk of cardiovascular disease. Similarly, females having polycystic ovarian syndrome, they are also having a high risk of developing hypertension. Women using oral contraceptive pills, they are also having a high risk of developing hypertension and stroke as compared to the non-users. And this is seen in women of all age groups, especially women who smoke or who have additional risk factors for stroke, such as patients who have migraine headaches, and thus patients on oral contraceptive pills should be regularly monitored. Now if we see the association between menopause and the heart disease, it is a normal stage in women's life and they are the changes a woman has after she stops having a period, and usually it happens between the ages of 45 and 50. Menopause causes changes in the hormonal levels. It also brings out other symptoms like hot flashes, night sweats, emotional changes, dryness in the vagina. So these hormonal levels may develop as the women get older and may play a part in the high risk of hypertension after menopause. Coming to the treatment of the heart disease in women. So in general, the heart disease treatment in women is similar as men. That is, includes medications, angioplasties, stenting and the coronary artery bypass grafting. And angioplasty and stenting, they are the commonly used treatments for heart attacks. They work both for men and women. But women with coronary artery bypass surgery, they are more prone for complications. So let us see about the cardiac rehabilitation. It can improve health and the aid recovery from the heart disease. And women are more likely to be referred for cardiac rehabilitation than men. And lastly, what we can do to reduce the risk of heart disease. So living a healthy lifestyle is the most important thing. They need to quit smoking. If you don't smoke, don't start it. Try to avoid exposure to secondary smoke, which can also damage the blood vessels. Exercise regularly, and everybody should do a moderate exercise such as brisk walking on most days of the week. Maintain a healthy weight, and even losing few pounds will help in lowering the blood pressure and reducing the risk of diabetes. Ensure a healthy diet, like opt for more of whole grains, eating a variety of fruits and vegetables, low fat dairy free products, lean meats, avoiding saturated fats and the trans fats. That will help in living a healthy diet. Manage your stress, because stress can cause the arteries to tighten, which can increase the risk of heart disease, especially the coronary artery disease. Follow your treatment plan, take your medications as prescribed, especially blood thinners, aspirin, and other health conditions also should be managed, like a patient is having a high cholesterol or other risk factors like diabetes. This also should be kept under control for managing the heart disease and the hypertension. Thank you.